I think the scene has been bad. Maybe because of the recent trigger and events in Delhi, we are waking up and look at the air quality index. The meter themselves are saying that I cannot show reading more than this, so everything is 999. I don't know, it's 2000, 3000, whatever. Situation is not different in Bangalore either. So whenever you search AQI Bangalore, you see a lot of areas, including this area, being red. And it's very surprising to me that we are still thinking that some angel will come or God will come, they will shower, take away all of the pollution away. So nothing of this nature is going to happen. And I think it's us collectively who have to make some action, take some change in our lifestyle, the way we move, the way we treat environment. Only then there's some hope of this recovery. It seems like a fancy word, but I think the biggest reason for all of this mess up is us. Somewhere in our mind, our convenience, our comfort is the most important thing. And I'll give you an example. Right now we want to have water. Okay, 10 rupees, who cares? Open it up, drink, throw the bottle, right? And this bottle will end up shown in some river, some lake, maybe our drainage system. It's not good. We have to go from this point for some meeting. Easy, my own car, comfort, right? Or press a button, some taxi will come and take you. Versus you walking and maybe taking a petrol, taking a less polluting or zero pollution product, which can probably not impact the environment. And why we're not doing it? Because probably it requires a little bit of effort from our side. And this is where I think we individually can make a lot of difference in our daily lives. No, I think without taking a dig at my fellow founders, fellow entrepreneurs, we're doing some startup in some domain, gives you hundreds of millions of dollars of venture capital money. I chose Yulu and this problem because I thought that actually means a lot for the country. So rather than do a startup where VC money is easily available, I thought of doing something which is going to impact us. And why I chose particularly these two topics, traffic congestion and air quality, irrespective of my religion, caste, race, and my financial status, I have to breathe the same air. I have to be on the same road. And which means that this is a problem which impacts me, my kids, and my future generation. And that was inspiration for me to pick it up. So I must actually thank my existing investors who did not know anything about EV or Miracle or whatever we were doing. They looked at the founding team and our passion for solving this problem. So they really bet on us, not on the Miracle or Move, because that came later. Why Miracle? When we were looking at the problem statement of short distance mobility, we were very clear that we should not use a petrol-driven scooter. Two issues. Issue number one is why pollute the air, which is already so bad. Second issue was that when we looked at the unit economics from a financial lens, we were convinced that this model will never work. So you can say that I'll keep on burning a lot of cash, scale the business, and then figure out something. Our narrative was, our assumption or playbook has been that we'll figure out the solution set and then we'll hyperscale. So I think both of the theories have their own merits, but we are coming from the lens of also being environmentally sensitive, responsible company. So we chose that way. Miracle happened because of our learning with bicycles, where we knew that if product is not being durable, it's not easy for people to use, then it will not be a mass adoption. So we thought differently. So rather than taking a scooter which is already available in the market, we thought of creating a product which is created for shared mobility, and hence the form factor, multiple things around that. So if you see at least the existing companies who are actively participating, so there's a Sun Mobility, which is actually an Indian company. Look at Exide, who is doing something. Tata has announced a big investment into EV. Bajaj has announced their electric scooter Chetak. And at least I am very optimistic that EV infrastructure has to come up, and lot of Indian old economy will actually participate. Having said that, there's a gap in the technology. What is the battery form factor, chemistry, and bunch of things, including the huge money, billions of dollars, which someone has to push into this ecosystem for the infrastructure itself. And at least my hope is that we will actually build this with Indian money, so that when this new ecosystem is being created, the goodness comes to the Indian ecosystem. So as I said that we were very clear that taking a standard scooter, put it on shared mobility is a bad idea for not only customer comfort, because someone is 5 feet, someone is 6. How do you give one product to one guy or varieties of people? Secondly, the maintenance part. You have to get the battery charged by someone else, repair and maintenance, ease of that, movement, etc. A lot of things happen, and that's why we designed it. And just for a clarification, right now the manufacture actually happens in China, but by 2020 end, you will see that these things will be produced in India. So we have now a roadmap for that transition to happen. And we think that thesis and strategy was important. Unless we own the entire vertical stack, we would have been waiting for someone else to create a specification, create a battery charging infrastructure, and maybe this will become a 5 years plan. As a startup, you know that we work on a 5 days or 5 weeks max, and for our speed of execution, we thought that owning everything on our hand is a good idea at this stage. So that's why we went after a vertically integrated strategy. We are going very aggressively. From a vehicle count perspective, we have 2,500 yulu Miracle on the road as we speak. By December 2019, this number will be 10,000, and by December 2020, we expect to launch 100,000 vehicles. Good part is this is a very assertive plan. We have arranged financial resources and partnerships to make it happen. So it's no longer a wish, but this is an execution plan. So I will say that, as you rightly said that there's a lot of tailwind in terms of the policy front. So if you look at EV policy, there's a budget allocated on FAME to a lot of talks about the infrastructure, etc. So I think it is bound to happen. As far as what will work, what will not work, I think there is still an ambiguity. So if you have $100 of subsidy to be given, should you give it to a bus operator, manufacturing, maybe battery or charging? That clarity is not there, or that no one knows that what will work. So what yulu has done, from our perspective, the policy intervention we have got till date is on the whole parking piece or the permit piece, where there was no policy for micromobility service in India. We worked with City Municipal Corporation of Pune, Navi Mumbai and Bangalore and got that made. So that part is good, not the EV part per se, but the micromobility. As far as the EV part is concerned, we were also keeping quiet. We did not go to ministry for exemptions or subsidies because we were figuring things out. But now we are in the game for almost last 6 to 7 months. We know what will work for India. And we think that in next couple of months, as we are looking for this 10xing from 10,000 vehicles to 100,000 vehicles, we will basically talk to Ministry of Power, Transportation and Niti Aayog, etc. and present the fact that if you do this, this is what will happen, and yulu will commit to those numbers. And that's I think that's much more responsible way for us to ask for those assumptions and policy-related interventions, versus that something hypothesis-led, which may not impact the big picture. Just for your information, every 5 minutes, our EV are sending some data to the server. So it's billions of data points. And that's why the learning which happens in our system is phenomenal. As you know, it's my second journey. InMobi happened because we thought that there's an opportunity to build advertising business on mobile. I won't say that if advertising was not happening, the humankind would have impacted, suffered. But in a sense that we made the ecosystem of mobile work, because for you to read a News on Times of India free of cost, or use WhatsApp free of cost, or Facebook free of cost, someone else has to pay. So there was an indirect part. And as a co-founding team of InMobi, we are very proud of the fact that we started this product revolution in the country, the startup wave, as you see. I'm sure that many fellow entrepreneurs got inspired after seeing Flipkart, Ola and InMobi. So we take a lot of pride as a founding team. At the same time, when I was thinking of my larger life purpose, uh, I thought there's some disconnect. We made advertising beautiful, good, great, uh, but in my own mind, am I making the world better or the society better? And that answer was not very clear. And that's where the whole notion of yulu came into my mind, that I should do something where I can positively impact the people around me. And my, not advice, I want to be very clear, one should do what they are passionate about. But my request or my wish to my fellow entrepreneurs, especially the serial entrepreneurs, they should actually do something which makes our country better. Elevate the quality of humankind, their quality of life. There's so many problems our country has. And imagine if 100 of us pick those 100 problems, our country and our world will be much better.
I'm with Amit Gupta, the founder of Yulu. We're going to take this wonderful EV out for a spin. It's called the Miracle. Amit, show me how it works.
Absolutely.
Go on, let's take it out
Proof
for a
of
spin.
pudding and eating it.
Come on, let's go.
Let's do
open
that.
It then. Come on.
Okay, ready?
Ready? Let's go for a spin. How fast does this thing go?
25 km per hour.
Okay,
4 times of the average speed of Bangalore traffic. How was it?
fantastic. So now all I have to do is learn how to park this thing.
Easy.
That's that.
So once you are here, you get your Yulu app and just say end right.
That's it.
That's
finished.
it.
Amit, we've just finished writing this beauty. Explain the features.
So as you know, I did not tell you, but Yulu means simple in one of the Chinese languages.
It means simple. No?
Simple.
Nice.
And we literally took this thesis to everything, whatever we do. Be it this product, you saw it's very simple. All our app. So using this product is also very, very simple. What we have done is there's a Yulu app which you can download, just like other app you download from Google Play or App Store. And all you have to do is press an unlock button, and the QR code scanner will open. Scan the QR code here, just like Paytm. And once it is done, there's a start button. Once you press that, your bike is ready to use. So you can see that it's less than 5 seconds operation. And once you have been able to do, you take this bike anywhere.
You have to start from your motor. It's
Yeah.
got a lot of IoT features. You want to show me those things?
Correct. So this vehicle, if you see, it's a very interesting form factor. When we were thinking about designing an EV for micro mobility, so we had a choice of taking one existing scooter which is catered for you and I in personal setting, but we realized that it's probably not the right thing to do, because the way you will handle, the way I'll handle will be different. So we thought of the design from foundation, and some of the critical aspects was that someone who is a 5'10" or 6 feet like us, or someone who is a 5 feet should be able to use that without any problem. As you can see, other features which are crucial, this vehicle has very less moving parts. To start with, the engine, as we say, which is the motor in the case of an EV. This is the motor, and there is no transmission, there is no chain, nothing.
How many kV motor is that?
So this is 250 watt motor, very small motor, and you can see the weight of this vehicle is only 45 kilogram, only one person is using it, so this is good enough. And the other interesting feature is from a usage perspective, there is a simple accelerator, there is no gear, there is no sound, as you can imagine also.
That's
from
the
EV.
accelerator.
So that's the accelerator. We also have a battery indicator which is handy for you to see how much battery is left. Although in our app we show you the number of like how many kilometers this vehicle will go after you have unlocked. Other feature includes
You've got a
horn, which was not there in the first version. We also got the rear shockers, which people have
shock
been
absorbers.
requesting. In our first version, it was not there. We have recently added that now.
This is the one.
Yeah, and then from a usage perspective, the battery, as you know, in EV, charging the battery is one of the fear which consumers have got, and we have taken off that fear by saying that you don't worry about it. So our own ops team, they basically have been able to monitor these vehicles from the
Can you
cloud.
show us where it's kept, the battery?
So the battery is sitting here, there's a smart lock which can be opened by my ops team. You and I as a user cannot open it. And it's a lithium ion battery. Will show you the whole process of doing the swapping. We charge these batteries in remote location. So just like cloud kitchen of Swiggy or Zomato, we have our own cloud charging of the batteries happening in our partner location. So we have tied up with mom and pop stores, these tech parks, residential buildings. They have given a space where we put like a small box, just like a refrigerator. It has its own IoT device, smart lock, etc. And we are able to monitor the status of the battery of every vehicle in every 5 minutes. So automatically they push us a packet, information packet to the server. The moment it is below a critical threshold, the guy who is responsible for that area gets a notification.
And the frame, where did you design that?
So frame, it's a unibody and it's called naked frame, by the way. As you can see, there's a very minimum usage of plastic, except for this and maybe 1 or 2. So out of 50 components in this vehicle, there are only 2 or 3 plastic components, which gives this vehicle a very long life. So we believe that this vehicle will go for more than 3 years, and which is a critical aspect of this business model itself.
You want to explain to me the yulu symbol, very unique symbol.
Yeah.
And our audience would like to hear that.
Sure. So this is our new logo, and if you see our this symbol, it is signifying the greenery. So these are the 2 leaves. It is also symbolizing the word harmony. So word is coming together. It's kind of a globe and there are 2 hands. And if you see, there's a Y which is yulu. This is also an interesting sign for a 2-wheeler as a handle. And what you see, these 2 bars, they are signifying the smart, which is the IoT part. And we believe that it is a good symbol where our thesis of sustainability, togetherness, we are solving one big problem using technology, everything comes together in this logo.
So this is the convergence of IoT, IT,
yes,
and hardware.
And a lot of on-ground ops, because ultimately, you have to maintain them, clean them, do the battery swapping. So this is a real-world problem being solved with a real-world solution.
What is the top speed for this thing?
So we have kept this vehicle at 25 km/h max speed. This is not a technical limitation, but because of the legal limits. So because of this, we get an exemption of our users not required to be wearing helmet or not having a license, does not have a number plate, as you can see. And this gives us a lot of freedom to operate.
And it's charged by the minute?
So right now we charge by the minute, and it is a quantum of 10 minutes we are charging.
It's interesting, different slabs then.
Yeah.
That's kind of a subscription model also.
You can say that.
Interesting.
Because we need to make certain amount of money when the vehicles are being used.
So what else can we see in the future? You introduced shocks.
Yeah.
You've introduced horn, which is an Indian feature by
Yeah.
itself, because people like to hear.
They love to sing
honk.
songs.
Yes, correct. Very true.
Good part is they're not honking
Yes, all the
because
time.
they're never
We have to
unhappy.
talk about noise pollution. There's no noise in this vehicle.
0. Yes.
Because of the motor, right? Motor, because there's no.
EV
gear
is
change.
actually
Yes.
that's a fun part.
Let's see how the vehicle swaps the battery now. Could
Yeah.
you show us that?
Absolutely.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys.